Okay, guys, we're going to dive right in and let's address the situation. For everybody that's going to tell me to change my smoke detector batteries, they have been changed. It's fine. It's another issue going on, so it's okay. You don't need to tell me to change my smoke detector battery, and I appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Latasha K. Transrena. Actually, her name is Latasha Transrena Kibi is her name, Tasha K. So we're going to be talking about her bankruptcy filing, which is the chapter 11. And as I stated, I was going to bring those documents out so you guys could actually see them yourselves. Just so you are aware, this stuff is public information. Anybody can get it. So I'm not doing anything illegal by having a copy of these documents. As I stated to you guys in an earlier recording, I have a job, a very, well, some people would call it a good job, but whatever. So I don't, steal documents or do anything like that. If I have anything, it's because I can have it. So if you guys want to go get yourself a copy, you are free to do it. So let's just jump right in. We all know the lady, Tasha K. Okay. And right here, we are going to be discussing a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing, which was filed in the United States Bankruptcy Court. Okay. And this document is going to be a total of 44. Oops, I think I went too far. It's a total of 44 pages. Okay. So I think I may have jumped ahead. Wait. Let's go here. Okay. So this would be the, what is this page? Actually, yeah, that's page one. And hopefully you guys can see everything. This just has her name. And if you can look up there, it says the bankruptcy case checked. It's hard for me to see it on this particular presentation screen, but you guys get the gist of everything. The address, I blotted out information that I felt like was very critical. The addresses that you see is not really her physical address. This is a virtual office, so this is not her address, and it may include her attorney's address, which is not information that is, really important because her virtual address is not necessarily where she does business. It's just an address that she's using for her business. So this is just, more, page four. We're not really talking about much on there. This is going to be page five. I'm just trying to get to the good part. And it's hard to kind of make out on here. I almost feel like I should bring it up in another. Let me just bring it up on my other screen because for some reason it's just hard for me to make it out on that one. So I'm going to bring it up in another screen because it's hard for me to really see it on that presentation screen. I'm going to bring it up in another browser. Well, I can kind of go through it because that one is kind of. So let me go ahead and let's see what page are we on. We're on page five. So let me take a look at page five. It's so hard for me to bring up on that presentation screen. Okay, let's go back to one because it's so hopefully you guys can make it out. For some reason on the presentation screen, it just looks a little different. Okay, so let's look at page one. So in page one, if you guys can see, it says Southern District of Florida, Fort Lauderdale Division, chapter 11. It has her name. As you guys can see here, is that still page one? No, you can't see that. But anyways, on page one, you see her name and all of that information. And then if we go to page two, let's go to page two. You get to see her name. What else is on page two? It's just so small, so I have to bring it up on another screen. So it just really has just basic information on it. And I'm just skimming ahead to see which page is the page that we really need to take a look at here. So let's go to page five. So if I go to page five, what is this? 1, 3, 4, 5. If I go to page five, it's really small, but on here, she's saying that she completed a approved credit counseling course. Let's look at page 6. I hope you guys can read this because it's a little bit small on the presentation screen. So I'm bringing it up in another browser. So on page 6, I would imagine you guys can make it out. On line 18, she says she has a total of between 1 and 49 creditors. She says that her assets is estimated to be between 50,000 and 100,000. And that's on page 6. I think that's what we're on. Yeah, that's on page 6. And then on page 7, we look at page 7. Let's see what's on page 7. Just okay, page 7 just is going to list her attorney. Let's go to page. So you guys are on page 7. So if I go to page 8, let's see what's showing up on page 8. On page 8, it's talking about really, it says, do you own or have any legal or equitable interest in any residence, land, or similar property? So she says no, which doesn't make sense because she owns another property. It says, do you own or have any legal, equitable interest in any residence, building, land, or similar property? And that says part 1, number 1. And boy, it's so small. Oh my gosh. Ooh, it's very tiny. But anyway, I'm just going to read it to you. I don't know how it's looking on your side. So she lists a vehicle that she has. I don't even see where she lists the property that she owns in Georgia. She lists a retail value of this vehicle, which is not even pertinent at all. So stuff that just is not pertinent. I'm just going to keep going. I just wanted you all to see it for yourself. Now, if we look at page 9, this is where it gets interesting. The lady says her combined goods in her household would be 1 couch, 6 armchairs, a full bed, a queen bed, 2 nightstands, 1 dresser, 1 TV, and she says it's worth $2,750. Okay. Hold that number. So she says her household items is worth $2,750. She says the electronics that she owns is worth $500. Now we are on page 9 of the 44-page document. Okay, keep those numbers in your head. $2,750, she says, is how much all of her furniture in her house is worth, and then she has $500 worth of electronic equipment. Keep in mind, this lady is a content creator with over 1 million subscribers, so we know that her electronics has to be more than 500. Then for a person who says she makes $3,000 a month and her husband makes $23,000 a month, the entire goods in their property of their home is only worth $2,750. Now that just sounds crazy. Okay, so it's going to get interesting here. So I don't know if you guys can see down here, but down there is where she lists those Louis Vuitton bags. It says everyday clothes, shoes. She says she has 2 Louis Vuitton bags that she bought. I guess that means in the year of 2000. It says Louis Vuitton purses, 1 Coach purse, and it says that this is worth $2,500. She says she has a engagement ring and a wedding ring, and it's 2 carats and it's 6,000. So keep in mind, her ring is worth more than everything she has in her house. That makes no sense, okay? So she's saying combined with her Louis Vuitton bags or Coach bag and her wedding ring, that's worth $11,750. Now we are on to page 10. So if we go to page 10, I'm going to jump along here and I'm just reading it from another screen. So on page 10, I blotted out the account number, but she said it doesn't give the full account number anyway, so it wouldn't, no one can use that number for anything. So she says she has a total of $95.56 in a Chase account. She says she has a security deposit on hand for $5,396, which again, remember she said she paid rent of $2,500. Usually, if you're required to pay rent, it is the full amount of whatever your rent is. So we know she doesn't pay 2,500 for two reasons. Cardi B's lawyer looked it up, and I obviously, if you pay $5,396 for security, 9 times out of 10, that's what the rent is. So we're on to page 12. We're just looking at like stuff that makes sense. All the other stuff we're just going to skip over. So if we look at page 11 of Tasha K's bankruptcy, she talks about that she has a trademark unwind with Tasha K, and she gives the regulation number that business is registered in, and she says she has a whole life insurance policy, and her husband is the beneficiary. Um, let's just keep it going. Let's see here. I'm just giving you guys the stuff that's kind of pivotal. Oh, I can't even talk. The important stuff, you know what I mean. Let's see here. And then she talks about the same stuff that I already mentioned about the personal property of 2,700. We're just gonna skip right through here. Okay, so we're gonna go to page 15. Let me get to page 15. Ooh, it's so hard to read here though on here. 14. Where's page 15? Okay, so page 15. So page 15 is where this Tasha K lists her creditors. And I'm just going to read the creditors to you. And I'll give you a explanation. One of the creditors that she lists is Alley Financial. And she mentions that she has a 2021 Chevrolet Silverado four-wheel drive. And this car is a car loan. So for Tasha K to be making so much money, I'm gonna tell you right now, she had bad credit before she filed bankruptcy because Alley Financial is a bottom list lender and they lend to people that don't have good credit. I'm telling you that I know who Alley Financial is. So if you have a loan through Alley Financial, chances are you do not have good credit. So I know she mentioned she had good credit. That's a lie because going through Alley Financial, that's a bottom tier lender. Okay, so now we're on page. We're gonna go to page. She's listing her creditors. We're gonna go to page 16. So on page 16, she lists that she owes the internal revenue. She does not list the amount. On page 17, she lists as American Express. So let me get you guys to that page because you're on. Okay, so 17, she lists as American Express. So this is where it gets interesting. She lists that she owes someone by the name of Andrew. Ooh, I can't even pronounce that name, but it's an attorney in Atlanta. She does not list the name. I'm sorry, she doesn't list the amount. She lists as a Bank of America account. And this is where it gets even more interested. On page 18, you're going to see Cardi's name on here. On page 18, if you just look up there, you should see Cardi's name, Balcalise. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but that is Cardi's name. And she says that she owes her 3,380,000. You see it. So that is what she says she owes Cardi. She also lists Cardi's attorney, which doesn't make any sense because Cardi paid her own attorney. She doesn't owe Cardi's attorney. She lists as Discover Bank. Looks like maybe a credit card of $5,796. Now we're on page 19. She also lists as another one of Cardi's attorneys. So let me get you guys to page 19 so you can kind of see for yourself that I'm sorry, where am I at here? Joseph, she's listing that has to be one of Cardi's lawyers. So let's go down. And then she lists somebody by the name of Mark Anesthesia or something for 1,700. This is crazy. I need to take y'all to page 20 because on page 20, you see page 20, she actually lists herself. On page 20 of her bankruptcy, Oh, okay. I'm wrong. She lists her attorney. I'm wrong. So she lists her attorney. Then she lists Penn Credit Corporation, Professional Account Management, which is clearly a collection agency. So she says she had good credit. That's just not true. So let's go to page 21. So y'all take y'all to page 21. This is so okay. That's page 21. All right. So I hope you all can see it. And she's just listing more of her creditors. Um, Pretty much here. So let me take you all to page 23. Okay, so on page 23, let's see, this is important up here. Page 23. She says she leased an apartment and she moved in this apartment June 2022, and the lease is supposedly up in August of 2023. Um, so let's go to page 24. If you look at 24, she lists her husband. She lists um, the name of Kibi Studios, which she says that's her co-debtor, which is her husband and her business. Okay, guys, this is where it gets real interesting. On page 25. Let me take y'all to 25. I don't like how this just looks. It's just okay. Where's page 25? Let's go back. Okay, page 25. Let me look on my end, page 25. Okay, if you guys look at page 25, you can see her income. She says that her income is $3,320.01, while her husband, which is the non-filing spouse, makes $22,835.72. Does that make any sense, being that she is the talent and her husband is more like, I don't know, is he her manager? What is her husband? So if you all can see that, this is so hard to read. Ugh, so hard to read, but hopefully you guys can see everything here. And she lists that her job title is content creator. She's self-employed, while her husband is a content creator who is employed by Yellen Entertainment. Now keep in mind, and I mentioned this to you all before, originally the name of her business was Kibi Studios, right? So she changed the name to Yellen Entertainment, which does the same thing that she was currently doing in the other business that she changed the name because of the money that she owed to Cardi B. So those are the things that I'm talking about when you're hiding information and then you're lying. Those are the things that individuals were saying when they said there's a possibility that she can be charged with bankruptcy fraud. Okay, so on page 26, it's just listing, more of her breakdown of the assets still. On page 26, it's showing the income. Yeah, it just looks so weird on your side. But yeah, on page 26, it should be showing the income for both her and her husband. If we go to page 27, are we on page 27? Okay, let's go to page 27. If we go to page 27, well, this is so hard to read, and I have on context. Well, I have on my context, but this is so hard to read. Okay, so I'm just going to read it for you on my other screen. So on 27, she lists that she has a daughter that's 16. She has a son that is 4. And then it says your rental or home ownership expenses for your resident is $5,367. Is what she include on here. So let's go to page 28. I'm just letting you guys see it for yourselves. You can see the breakdown of the numbers where she lists all of her expenses, internet, gas, electric. I don't know how for electric, heat, and natural gas she only pay $100. But anyways, she says cell phone, cable, and satellite is about 665. Internet is about 99. Children educational cost is 1900. You guys, you pretty much get it. You can kind of read that on your own. Okay, so we're gonna go. What page are we on? We're on page 29. So let's go to page 29 for you. Okay, so on page 29, we're listing her assets and liabilities. So she lists that total personal property of $58,595.56. Um, Claims against her, she has about 3.4 million and some change. She lists her income is about 30 your income copy your income monthly income. So she lists is about $30,348 per month. I guess this is including her husband's. Um, oh, wait a minute. Let me go back over here for y'all. Okay, if you can see that on your own. So that's on page 30. This is 44 pages. She lists that she's married. Page 31. So let me get y'all to page 31. Okay, 31. If you can see, she says that she's married. Okay, let's go to page 32. All right, so if we look at page 32 of Latasha K's bankruptcy filing, she says that her wages from January 1st to current is about $11,309. So we are in the month of July. So I don't, well, okay, so she wasn't in the month of July. This would have been June for her. Well, I'm sorry, it would have been May 25th when she filed this. So she's saying from January 1st to that time, she only made $11,000, which doesn't make any sense. And it says for last year, from January 1st to December, she said she made $134,861. And then from the previous year, she made 156 thousand, which I mean, if you online saying you make over what was she saying? She made over 27,000 a month. So okay, so let's go back to 32 so you guys can, oh, you're on 32. So let's go to 33. So let's get to page 33. I just want y'all to see everything. So if you can see page 33, you should see Cardi B's name right there. Um, I cannot pronounce Cardi B's name, but it says identify legal actions, repossessions, or foreclosures. She says she has a judgment to Balkalis. I cannot pronounce Cardi's name. And she says the nature of the case is for slander and defamation and invasion of privacy, and that was in the state court of Gwinnett. Um, she also lists, and this was already talked about before, but if you can see down there, it says that her Google account proceeds is being garnished, and so basically she has a garnishment against her Google account, which is her YouTube account. And that's basically why I feel she's filing for bankruptcy, because once Tasha K files for bankruptcy, all of that have to be released. So now she can get her YouTube money. Okay, so let's look at 34. So in looking at 34 of Tasha K's bankruptcy filing, she says she has a 2004 Toyota Prius hybrid. Um, what? So it says, wait a minute. It says that she gave a gift. It asks, have you given any gifts to someone within the last 2 years? And she said she gave her cousin a 2004 Toyota Prius, and it was to a cousin. Okay. And you guys can kind of see it and read that as I look on mine. It shows her attorney's information, and that she gave her attorney $6,100, and the filing fee was $1,738. Total received from Tasha K to her attorney was $7,838. Um, and that's on page 34. Oops. If we look at page 35, let's look at page 35. You guys can look at 35, and I'm going to look at my 35. So on page 35, we are talking about they're asking her if she transferred any money. Did she transfer or um, transfer any property to anyone? She says yes. This is where it gets interesting. Look at 35. I want y'all to focus down here. Wait a minute. Let me make sure y'all know. Yeah. Focus right here. Now, remember when Tasha K lost the defamation suit to Cardi B after Cardi B sued her? The judge instructed this lady not to take her name off of anything and not to change and switch assets, not to do any of those things. She admitted here on her bankruptcy paper that she took her name off the deed of the property that she has located in Lawrenceville, and that she gave that property, basically put it in her husband's name, is pretty much what she said, which is illegal. Okay. It says she sold through Marketplace. Looks like she sold some furniture, and that she received about $7,602 for it. It's a bunch of stuff. I'm not even going to read it all the stuff that she's claiming that she sold. Okay, so let's go to let's go to page 39 because just moving along here. Okay, so page 39. So this is pretty much the end of the bankruptcy filing. You can go to page 41. If you guys see on page 41, this is just the list of the creditors. You can kind of see them in detail. We have Alley Financial, American Express, Bank of America. We got Cardi name, Credit Collection, and then if you look at this one right here, she has because the thing about filing any bankruptcy, you have to list all creditors. So, I mean, she has Internal Revenue down here several times. Daniel, whoever these people are, you can kind of see it for yourselves. Then if we look at page 43, which we're almost done, that's pretty much it. So there you go. You guys have all the information with regards to the bankruptcy. With regards to Tasha K. So that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what else you guys would like to see. You guys have a great rest of your day. I do have some other documents. I could not fit them in this presentation, but I will do another one where I will show you some other documents. This one is just the actual bankruptcy filing. So I've showed you guys that at a later time, maybe tonight or tomorrow, I can show you some more documents. But other than that, don't forget to comment, share, like, follow, and subscribe. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.